things to avoid and what to do.
You hear this so many times.
It appeals to everyone. We all connect with them. In this episode, we are going to talk about the common marketing mistakes that musicians make. Hopefully, we'll come up with some solutions and some examples of what you should do. But these are the common mistakes.
Yeah, common pitfalls. And they're not so glamorous because we don't like talking about the stuff that's really obvious, but get back to basics. Like, number one, consistency.
Yeah.
Staying on top of that. Don't stop posting because you're busy with this or because of that. You've got to keep those posts going. But to do that, maybe figure out, if you're struggling to do that, figure out a nice system.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got like a day or two where you can film everything and shoot everything.
Save it all up and then like
3 months worth of content.
Yeah.
You hear this so many times, but so many artists forget it. Just the power of consistency.
We all do it. I'm guilty of it on my social media. I have like a week or so where I go mad and then I don't do anything for a week. So, you know, but save it, schedule it, plan it out.
Building a brand is all about consistency, and people want to see the same, you know, they want to know that they can relate, understand who you are. Yeah. So by keeping it consistent, you can help to build that profile, and those things that you stand for can get communicated over time. And it does take time, and it really does. And the minute you drop off, you could lose your audience. So keep at it. Second, what would you say? Right.
So second is be authentic. Okay. Be authentic. Like, there are so many Ed Sheerans and, you know,
Taylor Swifts and Billie Eilish.
All of those brilliant artists. There's so many. We've got them. They're here. They're already. Be inspired by them, obviously. But be true to yourself. You might think that you're so boring and you've got a really boring voice or a tone or a style, and
then you have to sound like Billie Eilish or something like to actually get an audience.
No.
But no one knew they wanted Billie Eilish till Billie Eilish came along.
Yeah. Exactly.
No one knew they wanted Ed Sheeran till Ed Sheeran. Like, the fans don't know what they want.
Yeah.
You've got to create a new world and design it. Be authentic to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't follow trends. Fans don't know what they want till you present it to them.
You might be, you know, a person that lives somewhere in the sort of small pocket of, I don't know, North Wales, and you work in a factory 9 to 5 every day, but you've got this music you're sitting on and you're thinking, I don't know, put it out. We actually might find it really fun, really interesting, and you've got a story. You know, you're kind of out there living a normal life, and actually people love all those kind of normal kind of lyrics because it appeals to everyone. We all connect with them.
Yeah.
Don't we? We don't actually. Sometimes we don't want all the like really kind of like, I don't know,
imitations.
Like, I've got all this money, look at me. It's like, no, there's some beauty in those real simple sort of daily occurrences that happen every day, don't they?
Yeah.
So think about that, and don't be brave. You might have been sitting on music for a few months now, a few years, and you're like, get it out there, please. Try. So being authentic, I think, is amazing.
3, data and analytics.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this because this gets overlooked all of the time.
Yeah.
And the common pitfall that we see is, I just want to post to everyone. I want to go after everyone. Well, you know, if you had the budget, great. But if you are on a shoestring budget, which most independent artists are when they start out, it's not a smart idea.
No.
You want to go after and post and advertise to people who you think are most likely going to like your music, who are most likely going to appeal to your music. Start with your hometown, maybe. Start with whoever is engaging with your music, following up with them and messaging them and building your little community. It really starts from nurturing those relationships as opposed to going after everyone.
Yeah.
The big mistake I see it all the time is, I just want as many streams as possible. I just want as many fans as possible, as many this. Like, it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day if people don't turn up to your shows.
Yeah.
So you've got to have that local community feel to really make a difference. And to do that, you need data a lot of the time.
Yeah.
There's great data on Spotify for artists. You've got You got Meta looking at your ads manager, looking at who's engaging in what areas, what audiences. Use those audiences.
When you put a post up, you can see exactly who's watching it, where they are, pull out all those
Absolutely.
analytics, chart metrics. It's great as well.
Following up to all your comments also makes you understand who those people are, and you get to know them maybe on a personal level. Especially if you're starting out, you've probably only got 10 or 11 comments, maybe a post. Why not bring them into your community, offer something of value, and ultimately that's how it starts. Like, it's all about nurture and data. So be vigilant.
Definitely. Yeah, perfect. That's a really, really good. So number 4, I would say, is storytelling. So I, touched a little bit around that authenticity piece, but we sort of like, sometimes we don't realize that we're actually a brand, and we've got a story, and you might think there's not much there to talk about as you and you're just focusing on music, but actually you've got a job to kind of get out of the music and also kind of build this brand as to who you are, what you're about. And so there's lots of tools online that allows you to pull out the themes that seem to be regular in your music and kind of build up this persona about who you are. Okay. Yeah. So, and then from that, you can maybe start to link certain brands to your themes and your songwriting and your identity. And then maybe even reach out to the brands and see if you can do some collaborations with them. But storytelling is so important.
Yeah. And it's the bit artists overlook all the time. You see it so many times. It's like, well, my story isn't interesting. I'm just a bloke from Edinburgh, and I worked in retail to begin with, and I've got a barista job, and I'm trying to make it as an artist and blah blah blah. Yeah. But there's always some kind of interesting thing that happened to you in your life that you can pull out, and once you start exploring that story. Yeah. You present it to people and you go, actually, I can relate to this guy. And it's like that connection is how you build fan bases. And really that's your foundation as an artist on which you build everything else. So don't overlook it. It's really powerful, and it makes you relatable.
Fantastic. Yeah. Brilliant stuff. So number 5.
Collaborations. This is crazy, like how many artists overlook this, and they get into the zone and they're like, no, I just got to get this track finished and I'm all about me. And it's an untold amount of opportunity to collaborate and also create music with people across the world. We live in this virtual world where you can create music online, you can share beats, you can share lyrics, you can share anything pretty much, and form something completely new, and also tap into those other audiences. By collaborating with someone similar to yourself or even different genre to yourself, you create something new and unique and reach those new audiences for pretty much free. So you create music faster, you can create more interesting music, and you can market yourself just by collaborating. And artists overlook this all the time.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's like you might have written a brilliant chorus for a song and you don't have any verses. I have literally that's it. So you could then send that chorus to someone else who can then add your first verse, second, whatever. And then suddenly you've got a song, or maybe there's somebody that's like really good top line writer and they come up with brilliant lyrics for this brilliant, first verse that you've written or whatever. I mean, you've had experience with this, haven't you? You wrote a track that's actually racked up for like 400,000 streams.
Just purely by collaborating. I mean, I've never met the girl.
Never met her.
Frida, she's an amazing artist from Amsterdam. Copenhagen, sorry. Yeah. And she just sent me the vocal over the weekend. And
they started talking to each other over Instagram. So Adam really admired her music. It had a bit of an 80s influence to it. And just sent her a DM saying how much he really appreciated her sound and style, and she was really up for collaborating. So be brave. Actually, sometimes musicians are quite up and open for hearing from other musicians and getting that nice praise from each other, because obviously sometimes it's more kind of fans that are doing that. So actually when there's one musician saying to another, love that sound, love that track, it's really nice. It creates that beautiful community. So do it, collaborate. Honestly, you'll probably get more tracks out, more, you've got more people shouting about it as well, because there's cross collaboration on Instagram and stuff like that.
Another thing artists overlook as well is working with their fans. Could their fans offer some ideas for lyrics? They could have a half a verse and say, hey, help us finish this verse or this chorus. I'm stuck on this bit. What do you think it should be? What's your favorite line? all of these kind of things engages your community and keeps them following you and relating to your music. In fact, they'll probably want to see you live even more than ever because they want to see part of their song being played to them. So
apparently Lizzo does that a lot. She actually talks to her fans a lot and says, I'm halfway through this chorus. What do you think? How should it end or whatever? So she'll get feedback from them. You can even do lives, can't you, where you can perform some of it and see what people are saying. So collaboration is massive. Okay. So our next common marketing mistakes that artists make is relying too much on your organic audience, organic reach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Facebook advertising is cheaper than it ever has been.
Yeah.
What a way to, I mean, I know it's all on TikTok, etc., but Meta use the low cost of advertising to your advantage.
Incredible.
YouTube as well is getting a little bit cheaper. Google Ads, all of these things, when it's underpriced, like, take advantage.
Yeah.
Don't let this opportunity pass, and when it's overpriced, you suddenly want to get in. Now's the time to take advantage of those ads. Start organic, put the posts out, figure out which one's going to do best.
Yeah.
Then add fuel to the fire by running ads behind it. I can't tell you how many artists overlook this, and you know, it's a great way to pick up a lot of
on all areas, sort of marketing your track, your Spotify track on Meta, so Instagram and Facebook. We're seeing huge success in this area.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can target specifically geographic areas, demographics, age, there's so many factors, lookalike audiences. It's
incredibly powerful, especially.
It's really hard to understand it, and that's why people come to agencies like us, because we're very good and we don't waste your money.
So imagine you're playing in somewhere in Birmingham or Manchester, right? And you want to run some ads in that area. You can target that specific area, people who've already interacted with you, and send them your latest music in that. So before you go and play your show, they've already, you've used your money as carefully as you can and as effectively as you can to promote that show just by using those ads. So don't overlook the power of targeting, because it's really essential to getting a strong fan base. When you're small, especially, you don't have millions to spend yet. So
and okay, so the last one is all around visual content. Okay, I see this time and time again. We work with a musician, got bands, brilliant EP, great single. I get the assets through and they haven't even thought about their press image. They don't have, social media presence. There's nothing on their socials. There's no photos, no branding. There's no nothing. Even maybe they haven't thought about their image.
Yeah, I mean, there is an argument for like real fast, cheap, easy imagery to throw it out on TikTok, and it does really well. I get that, but there's also the brand side of things where you want an aesthetic that people can refer back to and understand, who you are, what you're about, and that. Just that level of professionalism for lay the foundation, and then you can put out the cheap and easier content later on. But just having those good, solid images on your profile,
good, powerful press photo,
strong bio. Do a digital health check on everything. Make sure it's all you ticked all the boxes on every channel. So I think that's really important as an artist, not overlook those things, because don't just jump into like the latest viral trend. Get your foundation sorted first. I
always really like artist imagery that reflects what the music might sound like. So for example, when I'm scrolling on blogs and I'm looking at even Spotify, and I've seen the artwork, the single artwork or something, if it looks like the sort of music that I might like, then I'll click onto it. Or if it's a really powerful, very colourful image, or it's done in a really kind of edgy way, it drives me to be curious to want to listen to it. And I think that's really important. I think that, again, there'll be millions of AI tools. So if you're like, I can't afford a good photographer, there'll be so many apps where you can maybe get that kind of slightly grainy effect, if that's the sort of style you're going for. Or maybe, you want it to look really polished. I'm sure there's so much out there now that you can do it yourself at home.
Or you want some animated figures or a short movie clip even. There's the AI apps out there that can replicate that.
Yeah,
So-
or just tap into your local community. There's going to be budding photographers that are on the rise that want to get their, the latest camera out and take some pictures around the city. And it might be a really nice opportunity. We used to work with some great collaborators in Brighton for sort of photography and videography, and create some amazing like short little videos and stuff like that, allowing you to tell the story. So maybe, the music you're creating is very much influenced by your city or your town or your village. So it actually might make for a really nice piece if you're kind of in that backdrop, with that backdrop there, so we can really understand why you're writing what you're writing. So hopefully top tips on things to avoid and what to do will really help you.
If you'd like to learn more, click the link below for a free consultation and we will be in touch. We have an amazing team of A&Rs who can help you consult for free on your music and your next stage with your release plans. So please get in touch. We're keen to talk.
And also, if you feel that we have missed anything within the common marketing mistakes that musicians make, please let us know, because I'm sure there are hundreds, okay? We've just covered the most important and the main ones we see over and over and over again. But if you see anything or know anything that you think, actually, I want to share, like, comment, subscribe, and comment below, please, because we will love to hear from you.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening.
We'll be back for more.
Thank you.